Welcome once again to Wamba TV. Today we are having Musumba Harriet. He's a senior journalist.
He's a senior.
He's a senior journalist. He's a human rights activist. He's so many things. In fact, recently you have joined another league and you're now a mother.
Yes, a proud mother.
A proud mother. So you're
very many titles.
You're very many titles. Maybe there are some things I haven't talked about. Please, would you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Or I say CEO, manager, all the titles. I think they are yours. To our viewers, thank you so much for the following of Wamba TV. Otherwise, my name is Harriet Musumba, the way he has introduced me. I am a journalist by profession. I am a graduate. I am a mother. I am a human rights defender. For now.
So you've recently become a mother. How is the experience so far?
It is good. It is nice, enjoyable. Of course, with challenges, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Whatever you go through, the hurdles, the cravings, the sleepless nights, the kid is crying, you wake up, others are snoring, for you, you're busy babysitting. But it's not easy, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. And I give God the glory for that. And I honestly pray that, yes, every woman should taste that. Every woman should go through that.
That's why they call a mother.
Yeah.
Harriet, I've introduced you and there is something I've not talked about. Would you be proud if I called you a politician?
Not now. Not now. There's, they say there's time for everything. Because if you called me a politician right now, you'll be distorting my profession. Because currently, I am a pure journalist. Purely journalism. That is what we are talking.
So
though I have ever put on that dress. But as I said, there's always time for everything. Yes.
How's the newsroom?
Being a journalist is not a crime. But when it comes to the situation that we are operating in currently, it is a good job, but very risky. Like, as you well know, what the journalists have been going through in Kampala. You wake up, you leave your home, you're going to report. Remember, someone is already in their sitting room, waiting to see what is happening in the world, what is happening in Uganda. I am in Bundibugyo, but I want to know what is happening in Kampala. And the journalist gets out of his or her house to go to the field, but at the end of the day, the challenges that are there. Recently, we saw how journalists were treated during the by-election of Kawempe.
Yeah.
You saw how journalists were beaten seriously. Others were hospitalized, others started running, the shoes are behind, their gadgets were destroyed. So honestly, being a journalist is not a crime, and to our viewers, I am not scaring you. It is enjoyable. It has challenges just like any other profession.
Yeah.
That is what I can tell you. So when we come to the region, when we come to Bundibugyo, at least when it comes to upcountry, the journalists, us who are here, at least we still breathe. We have that. We still have that peace. The challenges that the journalists face in Bundibugyo, in Rwenzori region, you cannot compare them like what the Kampala guys are going through. So we are there. However, of course, those small challenges are there. Today you'll be on air, you talk about something, before you know it, someone will say, you're fighting me. Why did you comment about education? Why did you comment about roads? It means you're fighting me, and you have to explain, explain. So challenges are there, but we cannot compare ourselves to the guys in Kampala.
Given all these challenges in the profession, I've seen very many people leave the newsroom and go into other things. Some have joined parliament, others have joined NGOs as communications officers, public relations officers, and other things. As you, Harriet, are you looking at retiring from the newsroom?
Not now, but of course, like I had earlier said, that everything has its time. And me as a person, the Harriet in me, I am this lady who says, at least I should not die on one thing.
Yeah.
I should try here and there. If I've served in the media for 10 years and above, 20 years and above, it's okay, I can retire, go farming. I can retire, join politics. I can retire, join NGO world, because wherever you go, you'll be giving services.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I look at service delivery. Even when you've left newsroom, you've been offering a service here. Wherever you're going, what are you going to offer? Like we've been advised. I have a friend, he's called Robert Sempala. He's the managing director of human rights network for journalists. He keeps telling us, you guys, it's not all about the camera, it's not all about the pen, it's not all about the notebook. You can also make bricks.
Yeah.
You can also learn another skill, so that when you are not in the newsroom, you're in the kitchen, you're a chef, and whatever comes out of the kitchen, that aroma, the taste, and someone is like, whoa, I thought you're just a journalist, but see, you're even a good chef.
Yeah.
So you're given credit there. So that is me.
Oh, that's good. There's something I haven't talked about. You're also the coordinator for Bundibugyo Journalists Association.
Yes, and a proud one.
And
I feel good.
And a proud one. Oh, as a member of the executive of Bundibugyo Journalists Association, are you proud of how you've led the journalists?
Yes, boldly, yes. Because truth be told, before we've been trying. I joined the space, the media space, like 10 years ago. Of course, I started as an intern somewhere, I volunteered somewhere. Before I knew it, I was in the system. So at least I have experience of 10 years and above in the media space. So I will boldly say yes, because why? The 10 years behind, we didn't have something like this. An association that brings all the journalists of Bundibugyo together. And not that we didn't want, but we've been trying, but we find ourselves not succeeding. By this time round, we brought our brains together. Of course, you know, it is a team.
Yeah.
And I am proud that you are also a member, because whatever you're doing, you're part of us. And this time round, we reached a level of launching. It's never easy. People who are in the NGO world, or we have saving groups in villages, those people will understand what I mean. And some of us who are in those different groups, it's never easy, because there's a lot of challenges. You will have those who are saying, yes, we are doing this. You also have those who are saying, shall we manage? You have those who are saying, but why are we doing it? Even when you explain the why we are doing it, but someone will be like, I am not yet contented. So I feel where we are not doing badly, because at least we launched, did some small activities, and at least we know ourselves now. Because our membership is beyond 40. And before we launched this association, we didn't know each other. But at least I'm like, oh, I know him by face, I know Nyamongera by face, I know another person by face. The students, some we know. The retired ones, may their souls rest in peace. We lost our manager, he was a member. We lost Susa Justus, he had not yet subscribed, but at least we knew he was there. So, I mean, I feel so proud about it, because at least it has brought us together. And we are continuing to keep knowing one another, because our association, its membership is not closed. Those practicing, those who are still at school, the retired ones, all qualify to be members. Yes.
So with all that said within the journalist profession, would you advise somebody who is in high school at the moment to become a professional journalist?
Why not? Why not? Tomorrow.
I thought the challenges are so much that you say, please don't even there.
Which profession doesn't have challenges? Is it there? Look at politicians. Someone is a teacher, is a professional teacher. They leave, they go for politics. In teaching, we have different challenges. You join politics, challenges are there. You go procurement, challenges are there. CBOs, challenges are there. Which profession doesn't have challenges?
Maybe the ones in the journalism sector.
No, because even the marriage profession, it also has its own challenges. And remember here, the Bible says, a woman, a man, you shall leave your parents, go somewhere, make your own family. Even when it's commended by God, but still challenges are there. So why wouldn't I love it that way, that someone who is in school should be like, yes, I need to become a journalist, because tomorrow me and you are going to retire. So he's going to do the work. May his soul rest in eternal peace. We used to call him Uncle Deo, but say good and gracious. Actually, he is the first person who put me on air. And I am told he had a different course, but also in journalism. But he's the first person who put me on air. Do you think I'll ever forget him?
No.
No. So if he had not mentored me, the likes of Susan Justus, the late Aguma, if they had not mentored us, so who would be speaking now? So that is why I will proudly tell you that yes, people should go for journalism. Students should aspire to become journalists, because now, like, our radios are here, they are not going anywhere. Our TVs have come. These things you do online. If we don't encourage students to become like us, who are we going to give the ball?
Have there been circumstances where you make a story, for example, about a certain road which is in a sorry state, and then before you publish the story, a certain big person calls you and says, don't release that story. I've just sent 1 million on your account.
That has not happened to me, at least. That has not happened to me. Only that maybe like...
Does it happen in the profession?
Yes, so many times. So many times. Someone will be knowing, if this story is out, I am finished. And you know, even journalists, we are human beings. And when we are trained, they say there is no story that is worth your life. I should not die because I'm a journalist. I should not die because I need to put that story out.
As a journalist, you've just told us you've been into practice for 10
more
years.
Than 10 years.
More than 10 years now. Is that a story you've published and say, this was my best?
I will say yes. There is a time we had landslides this side of Bumadu, Mitoma. That side.
When the school was almost going.
It's us. I may not mention some other guys, but at least we broke the story. And we saw the RDCs going there, the chairperson LOC5 of that time. People became interested in it. Some other, we invited our colleagues from Ford, from Kampala, and at least we saw it run on TV. Awareness was done, though I don't know what came after that. I don't know if the school has been rescued. I really don't know the state in which the school is in. But at least when we spoke about it, we saw people picking it, and someone is interested in knowing what is not happening.
You know, listeners can be weird sometimes. What has been that time where you say, this guy called me and I was like, and I was out of my mood. You know, people can be weird.
Yes, sometimes. Yes. Somebody they can be stubborn
and even abuse you.
Yes. But of course, the fact that I told you.
Cut you short, sorry. There there is a certain lady was working at the radio station. Right now, she's no longer on radio. She was on the radio. She has just joined, and you know, when you're learning the skill, being on air is not easy. So there is a way she was speaking, and a certain caller said, "But now for you think the way you speak, you think we like those things."
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We don't like the way you speak. Can't you change?
Oh my God.
Like, this is very bad. Has such a thing happened to you?
Honestly, that negative energy has not. And I give the glory to God because it's a very bad experience. Though, if it does, we are trained. And of course, I am not supposed to be mad at that person. That is their opinion of me. And when someone calls and says that, it doesn't mean that that is how all the listeners are taking you for.
Yeah.
Because you may not be in love with what I'm talking about, or the voice, or the accent, or any, but there is that one person who is enjoying whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm talking about. And that's why I'm telling you that if you're professional, you will not be angry with such a caller.
And you can't please everyone.
You cannot please everyone. If you have that at the back of your mind, even your response will show that you're not moved, and it's okay, because that is the opinion of you at that moment.
And you're happy that somebody's listening.
Yes.
Sure.
At least I'm sure you're listening. Yeah. And then also, you know, journalism is hard and easy. It goes with personal behavior, the characters. Yeah. Who are you? If you're short-tempered, when you're being trained for this work, they will tell you to learn how to control your anger. Yeah. Otherwise, there and then you will pick a quarrel with a caller.
Yeah.
But because you're professional, even another listener will get to understand that she's not moved.
Yeah.
Because that alone, if you don't hold your tempers, it will change everything. The mood. And when you're on air, the mood changes. You're finished.
Yeah.
You will mess up everything. That is why being on air, you have to make sure you're you. No pretense, no what. You're you. And there's no these things of like, I want to be Cyrus.
Sound like so.
No. You have to be you. Because if you try to do that, that is how you will get that bad energy.
Yeah.
But if you're you, this person who is complaining, before they know it, they will get used to you, the way you do your things.
As a journalist, is there a journalist you'd say, I look up to this one?
There are many. May his soul rest in peace. There's this guy of Voice of America.
Shaka Sali.
That one. And then also I don't usually go far. Of course, I look up to our ladies in Kampala.
Yeah.
These ladies on TVs. I may not mention their names, but at least you be having that person and you're like, yeah, she's good. The way she articulates her things.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you, who is not proud of working on a national TV? Is there anyone who cannot be proud of doing that? Like you're there, you're seated on a national TV and you're talking about matters of importance, and you're discussing this and that. So we have people we admire. Yeah. We have the mentors. I talked about them. Unfortunately, some of my mentors are late.
Yeah.
Then of course I also give credit to my lecturers because they've made me what I am.
Yeah.
My teachers right away from baby class, those guys have done a lot of work.
You've been on radio for
over 10 years.
And since you graduated, you've been on radio.
Yeah, I've been on radio. When I appear on TV, I appear as a guest.
Do you look at yourself getting into print or TV?
Maybe TV. Print, I've not thought about that.
It's just out of what you're looking at.
Print, I can only pass the ball. I will get the story, I will not sit on it. I will pass it to a colleague. who is in that sector, because there are many.
Yeah.
And I've done that so many times.
So in future, I'm not saying now, do you look at getting to politics?
Why not? Yes.
It is so much money.
Not because of money. Not because of money. You know, if you're like me, I hate politics. Me, I can't be a politician. But you're a voter. You're already in politics.
That's politics.
And by the way, politics shapes our country.
Yeah.
Because it's the fact that the problem is that we are not discussing politics now, but I would tell you in future I will look at it because I've been in it.
So as we head to 2026, what's your perspective as a journalist?
It's tough.
You're already scared?
Not as such, but I'm just praying to God to give us the wisdom and the knowledge that is beyond human understanding to make sure we go through this time peacefully. Because at the end of the day, it is peace that we need. After everything, all we need is peace. Because if there is no peace, no development, no anything.
Because honestly, 2021 was tough.
2026 is going to be tougher, or the toughest. So, how are we prepared? Of course, us as journalists, we shall apply our ethics, because we don't give blows, we don't give takers. No, it is the brain that works you. So in this time that we are in, actually the heat has already started.
Yeah.
Me as Harriet, as a journalist, I am already careful of what I say on air, because I know whatever word that comes out of my mouth, I am speaking to the masses. And in Bundibugyo, there is this thing of our listener saying, radio yabuye. Abe radio mubakabuwa.
So abe radio babibu, so
bas
chahwer.
We are so careful. What do I say at what time and when? Who do I invite to my show? Yeah. How do I do the show? How do I end my show without any violence? Because you can torture someone emotionally, psychologically. Before you know it, you are ruining someone's life just like that, and be like, but I just said a statement. It was just a small statement. Yeah. Yes, it was small. But yes, do you know what it means? So to everyone who is watching us, to everyone who is listening to us, it has started. Just prepare yourself. In my language, we say, not the things of just walking for and talking for. Otherwise, before you know it, you will be in trouble.
Recently, in Masaka, there was an incident between journalists and the National Unity Platform team, and the Greater Masaka Journalists Association chose to be by the side of their journalists throughout everything. And as the Bundibugyo Journalists Association, as we head to 2026, do you look at that possibility of standing with your journalist if he falls into trouble?
Why not?
In the line of duty. Of duty,
yes. You've said it very well. In the line of duty. As long as it's in the line of duty and you're a member, actually that's why we keep sensitizing each other. Like, if you're a CDO, know your fellow CDO. If there's an umbrella that brings you together, make sure you're part of them. This is Bundibugyo Journalists Association, and you're a journalist and you're not a member. You have a problem. Really? Do you think we shall stand with you? No. You've got a problem in line of your duty. These are some of the reasons why we chose to make sure we have this. Because when you work as a team, you can win.
You speak and people will
listen. You're greater than one voice. So I tell you that whatever we are going through, as members of BGA, when someone has a problem, we shall stand as a team, as long as you're in line of duty.
Yeah.
But also, there's a scenario of saying, I am a member of BGA, you go somewhere, do a lot of manyanga there,
and you expect people to be by your side.
No, because the good thing is, all the members of Bundibugyo Journalists Association, they know the rules and the regulations. They know, we all know, when the team will stand with you and when the team will not stand with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as the Bundibugyo Journalists Association, do you subscribe to other other journalists associations or the journalist fraternity in Uganda?
Yes, some of our members are members of the human rights defenders. There's an umbrella that defends the rights of the journalists, that is HRNJ. Some of our members are members there, and some are not. You know, these things of subscribing to other associations, it also depends on the constitution of that association.
Yeah.
If they agree to take you up as an association as a whole, you go. But as of now, we've not yet seen those that act that way. We only have those that will entertain you as an individual.
Yeah.
So how does BGA also involve itself? It helps us to mobilize ourselves.
Yeah.
Because when you're in one house, at least you will write something and almost everyone will read.
Yeah.
Even though you're there, this is supposed to be done for this and this and this reason. Such that the decision making is yours. You know you're a professional journalist. You know at time T, you will need another journalist. So it's all about you to think about it. Because me as Harriet, I am in so many, because I know the kind of work I do. Today I am safe, tomorrow I am not safe.
Yeah.
And like HRNJ, they will even give you lawyers.
Yeah.
You got a problem in your line of duty. Lawyers are there, free of charge. They will come and see what happened.
Recently, the president gave you a lot of money.
You've started. Not as me.
Okay, as journalists in the Rwenzori sub-region, the president gave you money. I'm not sure of the amount, but maybe, it's around 100 million.
Maybe you say they gave us money because you're also part of us.
Bad. So how are we going to benefit from that money?
Look at you.
Has the money come yet?
Not yet. Of course, I will start by thanking the President of the Republic of Uganda, because Rwenzori region is not the first region to benefit from his chewers. At least he was giving every region. And this money you're talking about, yes, he pledged. It was a pledge. So it is something that is supposed to be followed up. Actually, he pledged that money and a minibus for Rwenzori sub-region. So
journalists.
Oh yes, for the journalists in the Rwenzori sub-region. So we are talking about Bundibugyo, Toroko, and Kasese. Yes. And you know, things of following up.
Yeah.
If we don't follow up well, we shall receive the money or we shall not. But it's a word that was from the horse's mouth, and we are trying to organize ourselves so that we can start the battle of following up this money. Otherwise, if the money comes, it's not just money for eating, for taking beer, taking soda, buying Rwenzori water. No, it's for the circle.
Okay.
Yes, he pledged that money so that when it comes, it's supposed to be in the circle of the journalists, so that if you have a problem, you borrow from the circle.
At a reasonable interest.
Yes, of course, you know how circles operate. Yeah. Instead of going to the bank or a certain circle where they're going to charge you 20%, 30%, run it to your circle as journalists who understand themselves. Put a small amount, go help yourself, after bring back the money, so that it keeps rotating. That is how it's supposed to work.
So how ready are you to put this money
in use?
To use?
We are very ready.
Even if it comes tomorrow.
Yes, because as we talk now, if you gave me even 100 million, me alone, I will give you even accountability for the 100 million. You know the currency of Uganda.
Yeah.
You know the currency of
Yeah.
Uganda. They give you 1 million, you go to Mpanga market, you come carrying a black Avera. 1 million in a black Avera. So how about 100 million for the region? Because people have different problems. He also wants us out of poverty because he knows we are given little pay, others are not paid at all.
Yeah.
So if that money comes, you can go, they give you go do poultry, you rear your birds, before you know it, you're in journalism, you're in farming, poultry, and it's helping you here and there.
Has there been a time where you regret being a journalist?
Never. How? Why? I have a lot of testimonies. I have a lot of things that God has done for me through being a journalist. Who would be knowing me? If I was not a journalist, would you be knowing me?
Maybe you'd be known from some other thing.
No. Which one? Me, I'm very proud of being a journalist, by the way. One, it has helped me move to so many places.
Yeah.
I've been in so many offices. I've interacted with so many people. The people we grew up seeing on TV, I found myself sitting with them and sharing something. So why wouldn't I be proud? And then basically, at least I have served the community in a way that you may not see that this is what she has done. Like someone who will come and get your hole and start digging for you. Because for us, we speak to the mind.
Yeah.
Every morning I go for the show. Trust me, by the time I leave, I've given hope to more than 2 people.
And you've changed people's lives.
Through that, through the talking. Other people call us Rugambo people. Wolokoso people. You go, you talk, you go, and you're paid. Yes. Because we are doing things that cannot be seen by our naked eyes.
Yeah.
It's only God who knows exactly what we've done. We've mended hearts of so many.
Yeah.
Domestic violence, we've solved a lot of cases through our programs.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel it's a credit, and I really thank God for this, because I know at least I am giving something to the community.
Yeah.
Leave alone someone waking up and is like, Harriet is coming, I must listen.
Somebody will be coming from wherever he's coming from and says, I have to be at home at least by this time.
So that I listen to something. There are no dry cells in the radio. Someone rushes at that smallest center to go and buy
a date
because they want to listen to you. If you're doing a lot of nothing, no one will want to listen to you. And if our radios were doing a lot of nothing, if these are journalists are doing a lot of nothing, we wouldn't be having the listenership.
You're a celebrated journalist. That's my personal opinion. You're a celebrated journalist.
Thank you. And I give God the glory.
Here in Bundibugyo, and I have a feeling that there is so much other journalists should learn from you. And what are you doing differently that other journalists are not doing?
Now that one is bringing us to an aspect of one's lifestyle. How do you conduct yourself? Yeah. It is not good to praise yourself, but the fact that you said I am celebrated, that means there are people who appreciate me. They appreciate me for who I am. I am this down-to-earth person. I am a very down-to-earth woman. I don't care about your class. I don't care about what you look like. I don't care about what you're putting on. If you approach me for something, I will do within my means.
I think that should be.
If I see you in wrong, I am this bold woman who will not fear to talk about something as long as I have seen that it has happened and it's very bad and it's going to affect your life today and tomorrow. Yeah. I will come out and I will tell you, I will speak to you according to how God will have given me the wisdom to use to talk to you. Because I feel sometimes if we see our colleagues in problems and we just shy away, tomorrow we shall not have other people to help us. And as we said, when you speak as a team, you're heard easily than this person who is speaking alone. So I feel so happy when I am advising my fellows about how to go about life. And fine, the way you're doing this, and by the time you say I am celebrated, that means maybe you've had people talk about me in a certain way. Basically, I am very down to earth, and it's because of grace. Who am I? Of course, you can't please everyone. Others will say you're proud, others will say you're down to earth, but no one will know you better than you know yourself.
As we head to 2026 and all the upcoming activities, most especially the NRM primaries, there is so much that's coming up. I don't know how you're ready as journalists, but it's coming anyway. What are your last words?
Pertaining what you've just talked about, our role is simple: giving people the updates. How far? We don't campaign for people. No. Our role now, like us, like UBC, our role is to give the roadmaps. Like my grandmother in Kitolima, my grandmother in Bunyamwera, my grandfather deep in the village should know that on this date, this is what's going to happen at this place. On this date, this is going to happen. Like they should be in the know. Like we have a massive enrollment of these our cards, the renewing. We are playing our part. Information not paid for what, but because as a journalist, it's my role to keep the people updated. You should know that your ndangamuntus are being renewed. So just like even in politics, we've started telling the people what they are supposed to do. But of course, we can't decide for them. Me, I will tell you, we are going for NRM primaries.
Whom you will vote for, that's
I don't care. That is none of my business. But make sure we have peace. Make sure you return back to your home safely. Because when you die on the way, the other politician you've been fighting for, possibly they even don't know you. Our role is just to sensitize. We don't give money, we don't give gifts, but like the way I told you, we work with the mind. Sensitization, we sensitize. Basically, that is what I will tell you. And we are very ready because we have even started doing that.
Thank you so much, Harriet, for accepting to come. You have so much on your plate. You have a little baby waiting for you. You have a husband waiting for you. You have work waiting for you. But you've spared some time. We don't take that for granted.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And there is so much you haven't talked about. You know, you do a lot of things, and today we've only decided to talk about journalism, and you're involved in so much. And I would love that we have some other time and talk about other things.
Why not? We don't take whatever we speak, the time we give in, for granted. Trust me, out of what we've shared, 1 or 2 people will learn something. So the next time you invite me for another thing, I'll be the happiest. Because one, I am not just doing it for myself, but I have a feeling that someone out there is going to learn something out of what we share. So I will also tell you that I am so humbled for the invite. Thank you so much, because who am I? So many people would love this space, but they don't have the chance. Those things. But to our viewers, the way he said, we don't take you for granted because you give us your time, the data. Honestly, you deserve the best in life. And from me to you, blessings, shalom, in everything you do, all the decisions you make every morning, afternoon, evening. Think about your life first. Because when you die alone. When you suffer debts, you are alone. Before you decide about anything, first look at yourself and ask yourself, what do I need in this world? Why was I created? Like the purpose. Why did God create you? Did God create you to keep stealing people's cocoa? To like take alcohol and you end up forgetting that you were a father? So think about yourself, think about your dreams, what you want to be in 5 years, in 2 years, so that it will help you to make informed decisions. Blessings. Bye.
Thank you so much. Let us know when Musumba Harriet comes, what she should talk about. Thank you. See you.
By the way, they can decide.
Yeah.
The next time I come, what should I talk about?
Your...
Someone will say, talk about your marital status, and they will have killed me.
And that is fine, by the way. By the way, there is so much talk about, marriage is the nucleus of the society.
Yeah.
So if you can talk about marriage, it's something very important.
And that is what I do best.
Sure.
Yes.
Then we should talk about that.
Because other people be like, journalists don't get married. Land women, they disrespect men.
They have
such things.
When they get money, they become
others.
Thank you so much for being part of this amazing show, and we request that next time be there, and we are coming with the other interviews, and most especially we are coming with Musumba Harriet some other time. Let us know what she should talk about. She's a very big source of knowledge.
Thank you so much. The glory is back.